So what is an image, voice, or likeness clause in an independent film contract? What this type of clause basically says is that the production company has the right to use the video recording of someone who's in their film and use the audio recording of their voice in the film. In other words, you, the production company, have the right to use the video and audio recordings you made of the actor or the crew member or the person who got interviewed for the documentary or whoever when you filmed them on set. Usually this type of clause also says that the video and audio recordings can be used for whatever purpose the production company wants, so long as it has to do with the film. And it also says that the company can use the recordings for as long as it wants, ideally from now until the end of time, and in whatever media the production company sees fit. That is, whether the movie is being presented in a theater, in video on demand, on a DVD, or something else. So why do you need to have this kind of clause? The laws of many states in the United States do give a person the right to sue based on an unauthorized use of their image or likeness for commercial purposes. So it's important to make sure that a person you're making a video or sound recording of signs a contract saying that they waive the right to take advantage of those kind of laws. If an actor signs a contract with you saying they're going to be in your film, you might wonder, why would you be concerned that they'll turn around and sue you or threaten to sue you based on an unauthorized use of their image or likeness? Well, one reason is that actors are very self-conscious about their public image, and their representation is as well. So if they think the film portrays them in an unflattering way, then they may not want the film, or at least the cut that you like of the film, to come out. Maybe they think there are shots in the film that are overly gory or horror movie-like, and that this might threaten to damage their reputation as a serious dramatic thespian. But then there's the much more common situation, which is that the actor or the producer or the crew member or whoever we're talking about just wants more money. They may see that you're having the high-quality problem of actually making a profit on your independent film and start thinking, I really deserve a bigger piece of the pie for the work I did than the one that I negotiated for in my contract, right? And they'll look for some loophole in the contract, like maybe the contract doesn't cover who has the right to sell merchandise, for instance. And they'll say, I didn't agree that a shot from the movie with me in it could appear on the t-shirts that you're selling. And now you owe me a share of the profits that you're making from your t-shirts. And if you didn't put a clause in the contract that covered the use of their image and likeness on merchandise, there's at least a small risk that they'll be able to force you to pay them some money. So the reason you want to have this image, voice, and likeness clause is to make sure that people involved in your film in whatever sense can't just come out of the woodwork later on if the film starts to make money and claim that you weren't allowed to use their image, voice, or likeness in some specific context, like a trailer or a poster or something else, and that you have to pay them extra money because you did that. I would note that this isn't just important for actors. You should have this clause in the contract of anyone who's going to be on the set of your film. The production assistants, the camera coordinators, the makeup artists, they should all have this image, voice, and likeness clause in their contracts. Why? Because if they're going to be on the set of your film, there's at least some chance that they're going to appear in behind-the-scenes video footage or photos. And if your relationship with them goes sour or they just turn out to be crazy, you don't want them claiming that you can't use that footage on, the bonus features or something like that associated with your film. Or if, heaven forbid, they actually manage to appear in the film inadvertently, you don't want them being able to prevent the production of the film or make you pay a lot of money, which is potentially catastrophic to independent film producers, as we know. So let's look at an example of this type of clause here. Let me pull this up. This clause might be a little intimidating to look at, but in fact, the important language in it is relatively short. I've highlighted the 3 important pieces of verbiage that you need to understand here. The first important piece is the reference to in perpetuity and throughout the universe. What does perpetuity mean? It means forever. It means until the end of time. What does throughout the universe mean? It means you can use the image, or voice, or likeness of the person who appeared in the film. In the case of this clause, it's an actor, anywhere in the world, or perhaps on other planets in the universe. When human beings learn how to colonize Mars and they want to screen films there, then you want a contract that's going to protect you, in the event that that happens. The purpose of this is to make sure that the actor who's the subject of this agreement can't claim that you were only allowed to use recordings of the film for a certain number of years, or that you could only use them in the United States and not outside the United States, and so on and so forth. This is also going to be important to distributors who will want to ensure that they can screen your film in the largest number of territories possible and for the longest period of time possible. So they're going to need a contract between you and the actor that ensures that they have those rights. The second important piece here says that the production company can use the talent's name, image, voice, and/or likeness and/or biography in connection with the production, exhibition, advertising, promotion, and/or exploitation of the film. What is the talent's name? Well, that's probably pretty self-explanatory. An image or likeness for the purposes of this contract means a visual representation or a picture of the actor, so basically the video recording that you made. Their voice refers to an audio recording of them talking, which you'll have in the sound recording for the film. And finally, this particular clause talks about an actor's biography, which is just a description of the previous projects that they've been in, which they'll likely give to you. Next, we come to the language that says in connection with the production, exhibition, advertising, promotion, and/or other exploitation of the film. That means that not only can the production company use the actor's name, image, voice, or likeness and biography in the film itself, but they can also use it in the marketing and promotion and advertisement of the film. Finally, the third important piece of language is in any and all media. So this gives the production company the ability to use the actor's name, image, voice, likeness, and so on in any kind of media. The production company has the right to use all of that content, whether the film is being shown in a theater or video on demand or DVD or something else. But also the image, voice, likeness, and so on can be used in context other than the film. So in movie posters and trailers and podcasts and any way that excerpts from the film might be presented to an audience. The rest of this language is basically just there to make sure that when this clause refers to any and all media, people understand that it really does mean, any and all media, whether we're talking about book covers, soundtrack covers, music videos, or any other type of presentation. We lawyers can be a long-winded bunch. Hopefully I'm not being long-winded right now, but I probably am. Hopefully that helps you understand why a contract for anyone who's going to be on the set of your film needs to have this kind of clause in their contract, this image, voice, and likeness clause. And hopefully this video has given you a better understanding of what the language in that means. If you found this helpful, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. I have a ton more entertainment contract law videos in the pipeline, and I want to make sure that you're able to see them and that the whole wide world and the other independent creatives out there who need them are able to see them too. Thanks for watching.